All right, how's everybody doing? This is Carlos again with Top Dog Mobile Detailing South here at Land O'Lakes, and with myself, I'm going to just hold on for a second and let James introduce himself. He's going to be my guest for this, and we're going to be discussing financial plans and giving you advice on the topic.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carlos, for having me. My name is James Bishop. I've been in the financial investment world in some capacity for the past 10, 12 years. I don't know. It's too long to remember. I have my MBA in finance and portfolio management, and just absolutely love the world of finance and everything about finance. So thank you for having me.
By all means. So in this video, like I said, we're going to be, James more or less is going to be giving some information, not advice, not counseling, but he's going to be kind of talking about some subjects as we go along today. So everybody kind of bear with us. Like I said in the channel, if you like, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and I'd love to get as many people as kind of following it. We're going to try to put together a little mini series on information, so hopefully everybody will get a little something different out of it. With that in mind, the topic today is financial expert no, but just giving advice. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. So with that in mind, James, as far as, is it important to have a financial plan?
Absolutely. So there's an old quote that says, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And you're also liable to get lost, and it would get your business lost as well. So it's important to lay out a mark of goals that you want to do, as well as know how and where you want to spend your money. Whether it's heavy in personnel or marketing or equipment, where do you need to make that right investment for your business to grow? And your financial plan is going to tell you that. And then the other thing is that I believe that a financial plan is kind of a living document. I don't think it's, this is how much we're going to spend and this is it. Because there may be things that pop up along the way. Actually, you know what? Not there may be. There will be things that will pop up in your business that you didn't account for. And you're going to have to adjust as time moves on. So you need to understand before you go into any business, I think, what are the general capital requirements? How much money do you need to do what you need to do? And then how are you going to allocate that money? And then the number one thing I think that isn't necessarily in a financial plan, but is probably, actually, you know what I'm going to say, my most important thing in business is how do you overcome obscurity? You're starting a new business. No one knows who you are. I often tell people that I've worked with in the past, even with my current position, when I first started with Union Capital Partners, I asked, the question is, the world was not waiting for Union Capital Partners to open its doors, right? The world isn't waiting for your business to open its doors. The world, you now have to reach out to find those clientele, and what modality are you going to use to do so? And that's all going to be dictated in your financial plan.
All right, fantastic. It is, everybody in the detailing world knows that we go through a lot of changes, a lot of products, a lot of new answers that we have to kind of overcome. Product this year may be obsolete for next year. So I definitely follow what you say about change.
Absolutely, Carlos. I was just thinking about one immediately. We've talked before about ceramic coating. 10 years ago, that didn't even exist, you know? And now, and even 5 years ago, it was only a few people did it. And now it's grown to where even dealerships are trying to offer, you know, that service as well. So it's an ever-changing environment as detailers, I'm sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So moving on to the next one here. What's a good rule of thumb for new entrepreneurs when it comes to saving money?
So, first of all, I think saving money is very important because, again, you never know what's around the next corner. You wouldn't want to always live one step away from your business failing, right? You don't want to be on that razor's edge. So, if we were going to go with a good rule of thumb, I kind of say almost the very same for your home. Maybe in the first couple of years, you modify it, but a 50% spending on your constant expenses, a 20% savings, and a 30% for discretionary. And then in the beginning, you may go 70% is spending and 10% is discretionary. But again, that 20% savings, if you can do that, that's going to help you in the long term as you want to grow and as you want to reinvest. And you'll learn, hey, if I allocate a little more here, I could pull a few more clientele, or if I do X, then I know I can help with clientele.
Right. And I think the question is good because there is a wide range of ages. Not in just detailing, but in every business. But as a small young man, woman who wants to get into the detailing world, they may not know how to really start planning and thinking about it. So I appreciate that. And like I said, everybody just keep tuning as we put together these next few videos down and try to put together a little mini series, maybe answer some questions, follow-up questions you may have for myself or James as far as detailing and as far as business. But no, all great things. Moving on to the next question here. A lot of entrepreneurs feel like they can't invest or save because of everything going on in the business world. What is your advice?
To give a quote from Dr. Miles Monroe, he said, "What you mismanage, you will lose." And I love that quote because if you think about it, if you mismanage your health, you're going to lose your health. If you mismanage your personal finances, you can lose your home, your car, your whatever. If you mismanage your business finances, you will lose your business ultimately. And you have to be diligent and be a disciple of discipline in order for you to be able to be successful at business. Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, every single one of them was disciplined to a T. And you can do anything you want, and that includes saving or not saving. And while it may feel like it's tough to save when you're just starting out because you have this expense or that expense, having that savings is going to be critical. And even if you're taking, a business loan, put some of that away just in your savings. Take 20% of that or 30% of that and just stick it into your business account and don't touch it. Because let's say you have a few bad months and you need to pull from that to pay that loan, to service that loan, you can. And you have that there and available because you have to plan for the worst, but pray for the best. And if you're planning for the worst, that's always going to include some sort of savings.
Right. And I totally agree with you. Like I said, in the years I've been between the business world and between detailing, one of my biggest thoughts was not the beginning. To be honest, it wasn't to save. Mm-hmm. It was, oh God, I was making this money. Hey, all right, now I got extra money to spend. So you do come to a point where you have to realize you need to spend because somewhere down the line, you're going to have a need. You're going to have a need. Most people, most detailers, maybe or maybe not, start off, they don't have a family, just themselves and buddies working together, and they don't need a lot of savings. But as you get older, you definitely realize all these things that James is talking about. Yep. All right, moving on to the next question here. What are some expenses all entrepreneurs should be aware of, and how much should they put away for taxes, marketing, and fees? Absolutely.
Now, before I jump into the question, let me give you the disclosure because, in this world, disclose. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a licensed tax professional. So this is my opinion, but I would absolutely consult a CPA for this. But there's a few things that I feel are kind of everybody should do. One, the tax man is coming. And absolutely, it's something to plan for. You should consult. Tax planning is an active thing, not an afterthought. It should be a forethought. If I make X and my projection is that I'm going to make, let's just hypothetically say $50,000 this year. Okay, well, your expenses are this, and that lets you write off that much. Your depreciable assets are this, that lets you write off this much. Well, what's your tax bill going to be, right? And that's something that you and your CPA or tax preparer will absolutely help you with in actively planning that, so you know where you can make strategic investments and you know where you can make where you can grow your business. The other things that I think that you're going to absolutely need to be prepared for are credit card surcharge fees. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to pass that through to the consumer? Are you going to just have a higher price point that fills in that credit card fee? Who are you using for your credit cards? Marketing, we live in an age of guerrilla marketing, the old school door-to-door flyers, stickers, word of mouth type of marketing. Is that best for you? Or is it best that you go to different businesses and apartment buildings or golf courses and set up your mobile detailing shop in one spot and let people come to you. You have to make those decisions and plan that and understand the fees and expenses that come with that as well. So the other thing is labor costs. And just thinking about the detail world, inevitably, it's gonna happen. Your vacuum's gonna break, your pressure washer's gonna break, your water softener's gonna break, something's gonna break, right? And you're gonna have to plan for that, right? And so you need to have that money put away for that thing that is inevitably going to happen with your equipment.
All right, fantastic. Just to put in a small plug here, actually James is one of my clients. We happened to meet the first time, talk about it, and as I was planning out my topics for the channel, I said, wow, I don't see a lot of financial thoughts and plans, out there, so I asked James to join me. So a little shout out, and I appreciate James taking his time out to help me out with the channel a little bit, so thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on to the next one. What is the safest investment anybody can make? Roth IRA, 401k, or your stock? James, what do you think?
So, as you know, I work for a company called Union Capital Partners. We're an alternative investment firm. And I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you my opinion here. A couple of differentiators. A Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, a 401k, those are accounts. They're not investments. And that's one thing that you have to understand is that that's just like a savings account, a checking account, a brokerage account. Those are just account types, and they have different tax benefits and different ways you're going to be taxed on what you gain within those accounts. Now, as far as safest investment, everything has risk, okay? There's risk in absolutely every investment someone can make. There's risk in the stock market, risk in real estate, risk in bonds, risk in everything. So, however, the goal is, where can I get the most gain for my tolerable risk? And I want to give you a little anecdote here. I was talking with somebody one time about risk, and I said to them, how much are you willing to risk in your account? And he was like, oh, I don't know, maybe 20%. And I said, okay, well, you're opening an account with $1 million, so that means you'd be okay losing $200,000. He said, absolutely not. If I lose $200,000, I'm gone. And I said, well, what's 20% of $1 million? and then he realized, oh, my risk is way different than what I thought. So understanding what your risk is and what your risk profile is very important. I think that certain questions to ask advisors are, what are your fees? What are the fees of the investments you make in? What are my potential projected returns? Because there's no guarantees, absolutes, or 100% in this world. But, those are questions you need to ask your financial planner, advisor, whomever, or even someone like me. If you were interested in investing in an investment firm or something like that, and you get approached by someone like me, ask them those questions. How much of my capital is exposed to the market if you're investing in stocks or mutual funds or ETFs or any hedge funds? I like actively managed hedge funds. Not ones that just stick your money in these stocks and buy these and sell these and average the two together and call it your return, but more of a actively managed fund that uses options to lower cost basis. And then my other favorite investment is real estate. Everybody needs a place to live, and you're seeing big population shifts go on across the US. So real estate is a fantastic place, in my opinion, to park some money.
Any last pieces of advice for entrepreneurs when it comes to creating a financial plan?
I believe that success is spelled with 3 E's: education, effort, and execution. You first need to become educated into the field that you're looking to get into. So if it's mobile detailing, what are the goods about it? What are the bads about it? What are the tough days look like? What are the great days look like? Effort. Effort's between you and you. No one's gonna make you go out there and hustle and meet people and market your business. No one cares about your business like you care about your business. And no one can give you effort, no one can show you effort, and effort is only on you. And lastly is execution. You only get in this world what you execute on. You can't wish, want, and hope for success in your business to just overnight be this monumental thing where everybody's beating down your door trying to get you to come do their car. You have to create a plan and execute on that plan, create the vision and execute on that vision for success.
Prior to me starting my YouTube channel, there is a lot of detailers out there that have had a channel for quite some time. There's a lot of people with advice. I'm on YouTube a lot, looking up different ideas, looking at different people's perspectives, looking at what they're planning, looking at how they're doing, not to outdo anybody, because I want to be my own person. I want to have my own business. I want to have my own clientele, obviously. But you're right on what you say. You got to hustle. You got to get out there. You can't be afraid of hard work. This is one field, I can tell you, compared to everything else I've done, that this is a tough field.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, and the expectations from people every day are getting tougher.
Yeah.
So you really have to meet and be willing to meet those expectations for the right service and the right price.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
appreciate that.